Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Josh.
And I'm Katie, and we're Fresh Breath.
We're the Band in the Van, and this is the Band in the Van podcast, where there are no country superstars. There are no producers of film, whether they're in good standing with the Actors Guild or not. Harvey Weinstein does not pop by and hit on Katie. We just talk about the stuff that is going on in our lives. And on this week's episode, we talk about the endeavors of people making movies, how hard it is just to make art, and who you should put first when you're doing that.
We talk about the oopsie-daisy of me eating some dog food.
Yeah, she prefers dog food.
Oh my god.
We also discuss some celebrity outings.
And we talk about our growing show calendar here on the island.
Yeah, it's getting busy, folks. So we're going to get to it. So let's get to it.
Band in the Van podcast.
Hello.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Episode 7 of Band in the Van podcast. We are still in the south of Texas, and we've got a lot going on. We got 6 shows in a row.
Let's set the timer.
Sorry, before we get to this. So yeah, we have 6 shows in a row as of the recording of this podcast. We are 2 down. We have 4 more days in a row, and we're starting to get real Texas.
Yeah, we had a lot of shows booked when we came down here. We had about 40, maybe just under 40. And now we've added about 10 more. So we got about 50 shows since we've been down here.
Yeah.
Which is
It's crazy. It's more shows than we've ever played in
50 shows in like
2.5
3 months, basically.
Yeah, 3 months.
Yeah. And they've been going really, really well so far. And we keep picking up more. So what we thought would be like a 3 to 4 day work week is now like we're doing 6 in a row.
6, yeah. It's and they're weather pending. There's been a little cold snap down here. There's like snow in Fort Worth.
I know the Canadians are probably like, "Oh, shut your mouth."
Yeah, it's really not that bad. Everybody's very concerned about us in the van, but like there's diesel heat. Like this is a 4-season van now. Like you can sleep in here in -30 and it's fine. We try not to do that. But yeah, like so some of the shows cancel. Some of like the island itself, South Padre down here will like close up shop. If it's like cold and windy, like nobody goes out. So it's weird. But today it's beautiful. It's sunny.
The sun is back.
It's 20 degrees. So for you Americans out there, that would be 20, 40, 32, 72, 70, something like that. Yeah. So, but we're doing good. Katie ate dog food just a couple of days ago.
You're gonna go right into that.
I'm going right into it. I think it's amazing.
So I'm like, so the cold snap here. This really, really kind woman that we met, she's a bar owner down here. She was like really worried about us in the cold in the van, so she offered up her empty condo to us for a few nights, which was incredibly nice.
Very nice.
We took her up on it, which was lovely. But we had to bring some stuff out of the van, obviously, to go in and out of the condo. And so I was getting Ruby some food, and I was like juggling her food, her water dish, a beer that I was drinking, and I was trying to close the door, get into the condo. I flipped the food onto the street and made a huge mess, but I didn't spill my beer. So I was like, I'm good. Go back in.
This is like 10 minutes later. She's sipping her beer. We're having a conversation.
Take a sip, and all of a sudden I'm like, and I had dog food in my mouth.
It's a highlight. I don't think I'll ever forget this. Like, it's just the time frame. It's been 10 minutes since she spilled the dog food into her beer, and she's been enjoying it. You've been enjoying the beer for 10 minutes after that, and it gets down to the bottom. She takes one last swig and then spits out this piece of dog food.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's amazing. So anyways,
I know what that tastes like.
Big thank you. You know who you are. We're not going to name drop anybody, but if you're watching this podcast, you know who you are, and thank you so much for allowing us to do that. We're very self-sufficient. We would have been fine in the van, but we like moved into an apartment for 2 days. 3 days maybe?
2 nights, yeah.
Yeah, 2 nights. And it was like, it looked like Joey and Chandler's apartment when it got robbed. Yeah, like they had like lawn chairs and like we had our laptop set
It
up
was
for the
basically
TV.
like it was an empty unit with like a bed and like kitchenette and stuff, but there was no furniture in it. So
No,
we
it was
brought
nice.
like our lawn chairs in, and
It was warm. It had a king size bed in it. We had to
mhm.
use our own blankets and
We
pillows, which was
spread out,
fine.
we starfished, and we were just like,
Yeah, Ruby just like slept in the other room because she doesn't like being around us that much, anyways.
she's not
Uh,
even in the van right now.
no, she's not. She's outside hunting.
Yeah.
We're at a park down here, and it's a nice mix. We got the solar panels up. They're charging the batteries. Ruby's doing a little bit of hunting out there, and we're shooting this podcast. So we're doing just fine down here. It's getting exciting. The shows are getting really good. The masses are starting to show up. All the winter Texans are starting to show up. Starting to get really busy at all these places. I can't say enough just for how overwhelming it's been to have people just keep coming out to shows and wanting to hear the stuff that we're doing because it is not the regular stuff that people are doing. We went and did the Winter Texan Expo yesterday in McAllen, Texas. So we drove about an hour and a half. We got up at 6:30 in the morning, which is not what rock and roll stars do.
No, I
They
did
do
not
not do
like
that.
that at all.
So we got up and we drove to McAllen and we did this like it wasn't really a showcase because we got 45 minutes. So it was like artists doing like 45 minutes, entertaining everybody at this conference. So it was
Yeah.
more of the Winter Texans
Yeah.
than like the booking agents. But
Yeah.
we played our set and it was a full, I don't know, how many people do you think there? 100?
I would say like 200 or 300.
Maybe 200 or 300? I don't know. I was downplaying it. But anyway, so and it went over really, really well. But the people before us and then the people after us are doing like old country
Like,
stuff.
Yeah, classic
Like stuff that
country.
I've never heard.
Never heard of this
heard
stuff
it before.
before.
Are you having trouble looking at my hat? Is
I
anybody else
am.
having trouble? I haven't mentioned the hat once.
I wasn't gonna say
I was gonna
anything.
try and get through without saying anything about my new hat. Pop country sucks. I got this hat from the Whites of Texas. They're a husband and wife couple, and their last name is White. So, like at first, we were like the Whites of Texas. That's kind of on the nose, isn't it? But no, it's a couple. Their last name is White. They're the Whites of Texas. They play a lot of like original country. They don't play pop country. So this is part of their merch.
Yeah, which we thought was kind of funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
We sell kind of, well, it just says listen to good music on our
Yeah.
t-shirts. So it's kind of like another like.
It's open to discussion, ours.
Yeah.
Theirs is not open to
No,
discussion
it's
at all. And like I don't wear this anywhere except in the van and for this podcast because I feel like
You
might
wore
get
it out of
jumped.
the bar that night.
I
You were
did.
like,
I was very proud of it.
I'll share a photo of us at the bar that night. I have a one still photo of us
We
with our
had
hats.
yeah, we had a lot of fun. This is the other one that we got. This is the band. You can see that. We'll get better light there. The Whites of Texas. They're great. Really, really good harmonies.
They
and,
play old classic country too. But
yeah.
Lots of original stuff.
Lots of original stuff. So they don't do any pop country, let's just say.
But yeah, so we were definitely a fresh breath at that convention yesterday. I think we were out there being all 70s classic rockers.
70s classic.
But nobody got up and left, so.
That's when you know it's going bad, when people just come in. I saw a couple people come into the room and just
this
like
isn't for me.
Turn around and go back.
You can't please them all.
You can't.
Not please them
and
all.
like the audience apparently comes last.
That's what Rick Rubin says. Rick Rubin says the audience comes last. The worst disservice that you can do is to try and make art for the audience.
The audience comes last, not because I don't care about them or I don't like the audience.
Then you're trying to make something that's not for yourself. So if you do something for yourself and you love what you're doing, you love what you're playing, you love the stuff that you're doing, regardless of what it is. It could be pop country. Maybe you love that.
Maybe.
But if you're doing it for yourself, then that relays your passion and your feelings for what you're doing to the audience that you're playing for. And so the people that like it will love it. And the people that don't like it aren't going to like it. So you can't please everybody. So you might as well please yourself, not in a sexual way. But anyway, so yeah, that's I saw that in an interview the other day. Rick Rubin said that. And I thought that's like, most people get offended by that. Like, no, you need to please the audience. It's like, no, I don't think you do.
I mean, some people think that, and that's fine. But I think as far as our art goes and what we're doing, we're doing it for ourselves. Like this, there should be no other reason why you're doing your passion, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're going to work every day, like you're doing that for somebody else,
right?
Usually. Like, but if you're doing your passion for a living, like you got to do it for yourself, or you lose the passion.
Right.
This is deep.
Makes sense.
This
to me.
is getting real deep and heavy, folks.
Well, on that note about the pop country sucks, I'm gonna throw a celebrity outings at you.
Okay.
Welcome back to Celebrity Outings.
And we're going to do it with some country music stars, maybe.
Oh, no. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with the GOAT, Taylor Swift.
The GOAT.
I mean, come on.
It's true. Like, there's nothing that you can... Okay.
And then we're
Taylor
going to
Swift.
throw some curveballs in there, like Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani, that's not country, but sure. She's
She's
married
doing
to
country now.
She's married to a country guy.
And then we'll put Blake Shelton in there, too.
Oh, God. I'm punching Blake Shelton right in the face.
Because he's too good looking?
No. I just feel like, as far as...
For converting Gwen into...
Just for this alone. No, I don't know. I guess just because I don't want people to get up in like an upheaval that I like didn't pick the dude to punch in the face.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that'd be bad. But also, like, I don't know, the whole voice thing and the whole just him as an entity, I would just want to put all onto one face and then punch that face really hard.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'd take Gwen Stefani out to lunch.
Okay.
Because I feel like her career was more tumultuous, if you know what I'm saying.
She's been around for a long time.
She's been around forever, but like she had years,
she
decades.
was in like the punk rock scene and like there was alternative scene, and like now she's like kind of in the pop country thing too.
That's why, I'm just not going to think about that part. But if you listen to interviews with her, like she struggled. There was a decade where they didn't get any music on the radio. They didn't she struggled, and so I feel like I could pick her ear. And then I'm going to make out with Taylor Swift just because, like, who gets to do that? Like, John Mayer.
Well, there's a laundry list, I think.
I guess I would love to be her breakup story. You know, be like this.
She'd write a song about you and your stupid hat.
My stupid hat. She'd be like, I made out with this guy in this ridiculous hat, and then now I'm madly in love with him, but I hate him.
And, I mean, you could write a song about her because we're down here playing in Texas, and I can't tell you how many times there's not a lot of like younger like teenage kids here right now. Like,
but when there are
spring break and like in the summer, the locals and stuff, there is. But this kind of season, the winter time down here is like winter Texans, so it's like seniors that come down from like Canada, you know, upper middle America and stuff like that.
And he's gonna come back through Chicago on his way to Detroit.
It's very rare that we get asked for a Taylor Swift song, but on the weekends, sometimes when the kids come to visit their parents or whatever, or there's like grandkids here with their grandparents, we've gotten asked a couple times, "You guys know any Taylor Swift?" And we're like,
can't do it.
Maybe we should learn like what song. Like,
absolutely not.
If we were to learn a Taylor Swift song, and if you're listening, if you have any input,
none of her lyrics make any sense.
Let us know in the comments. Because I would be open to it. I'm
the problem, it's me. It's like you are the problem. But the one thing I will go on record as saying is that she is the GOAT because she's just dominated. Like the last tour that she's done is insane. And like her devoted following. But like it's like this perfect storm because, like I said, that's why I would bring Gwen Stefani out for lunch because you got to pick her brain because she struggled. Like Taylor Swift has had a massive following since she was 15 years old.
That's true.
And then now she's 30 and all of those 15-year-olds that loved her are all now 30 and they're all single because Tay-Tay told them to be. And then they all have excess money because they either left their husbands or they just didn't ever get married and have kids. So now they have money and they're spending $9,000 to go see her when she's 30.
Yeah.
Quick breakdown of the economics of Taylor Swift's tour is that it's all single 30-year-olds that have expendable cash and they're spending it at a Tay-Tay.
And they've grown up with her music. And
exactly.
Like, that's just like such a rare thing.
She didn't know the struggle of playing for people that don't care.
Yeah.
She's never been through that. She was 15 years old winning Grammys. Like everybody cared from the beginning,
Yeah.
and like nobody knows the struggle of playing for a crowd that doesn't give a.
But she's also struggled with like the, you know, just like the royalty rights of her own music and that
Totally,
sort of
she's dealt with the
aspect.
industry and like obviously the backlash. I trying to turn a new leaf. I'm not gonna shit on anything ever again as far as entertainment goes because it's so hard to get.
Except for
Well, except apparently pop country, but like as far as like because it's so hard to get things made, it's so hard to get things listened to. It's like an impossible game, whether it's movies or television or music, whatever. Like you can have your likes and dislikes, but the product I'm going to try to not shit on.
you know what? Yeah, we've just been trying to be like,
This hat
you
is
did it.
its own
Good
entity.
for you. You're doing it.
Yeah, you're
like,
doing it.
It's such a big deal to like not, you know, to walk the walk. And
Yeah.
a lot of people just talk about stuff they're going to do or like desires or dreams, but to actually be out there doing it, whether it's hosting a karaoke night or it's playing pop country or it's writing your own alternative songs or whatever it is,
Yeah.
if you're actually out there hitting the pavement and going and getting into the arena and
Yeah.
saying, here I am, I'm doing it, I'm presenting something to you, and I'm going to have the balls to just try,
Yeah.
then good for you.
Exactly. You can't shit on that. So
Yeah.
I jokingly, like I said, I'm not going to wear this hat anywhere except for right now and out of the bar the other day. But like I said, you know who turned us on to that was Mike Birbiggs, the Birbigula.
We love him.
We talk about him more often on this podcast.
He's got a good
but like he's got a good perspective. He was talking about making movies and like because like it's so hard to make a movie, to get the funding, to get like things
and then
done.
to have like the whole story come together and
Yeah.
deliver a message that like works and makes sense.
That actually makes it good.
It's not easy to
No,
do.
it's so like when a good movie comes out, it's like great.
Wow,
But when there's like a
think
bad
of how
movie,
hard
it's
that
like
must have been to get that done. you
yeah.
know?
And when it's a bad movie, it's still just like it's still impossible to get one out. So we're just trying to like take that mentality. There's our 15 minutes, man, that goes quick. But like we're trying to change our mentality to that, to not even have a negative thought about any kind of product or like as far as entertainment goes.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get anything made. It's so hard to put yourself
so
on a
many
stage.
Factors that want to try and work against you, whether even if it's just like a friend or a family member or just like
perhaps a hat.
a hat. There's so many things that can just like make you think that you shouldn't do it. And so when we see people out there that are just like, you know, going against the grain and against all odds and just doing it anyways, it's just, you know what? Good for you.
Yep. All right. So for those of you following your dreams, keep doing it. Don't listen to naysayers. And I wear this hat as a constant reminder to myself to not shit on things. All right. Well, we're drinking coffee today because it's an early morning podcast we're doing because we got a bunch of shows this week. So if you want to see those, we'll leave all the stuff down in the comments and or the description. I get that wrong every week.
You don't know what you're doing.
I have no idea. We don't prepare for these things. Anyways, cheers, everybody.
Cheers. See you Sunday.